Well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kat. If you are already subscribed to my channel, you guys are amazing already. I got at least 23 subscriptions over there already, so I love you guys. I'm trying to get to 29 by the end of the video tonight. So welcome to the podcast of Sin City Heat, ladies and gentlemen. I am your Vegas native coming directly to you straight from Vegas, Sin City. And I am going to give you a little bit about me, as well as tell you what you are in for with watching my podcast. First and foremost, I'm 26. I'm lying. I'm not. I'm really 35 as of yesterday. But I mean, if people are going to keep saying I'm 26, I'm going to keep claiming it. I have a daughter. She's 18 years old. And I will say that everything that I have done up until this point is for her. I will also tell you that right now I want to wring her neck. And shout out to any of the parents who have already wrung their children's necks. And they are now... they're civilized adults, but they like 26. So I'm counting. She 18 and like 0.95. So I got a little bit of time. So I'm working on that. So in addition to that, I've been doing radio for the last 4.5 years. With me doing radio has come so many amazing opportunities. Like I met Mr. Prize Mitchell, which is formerly of the Fugees. I'm good friends with all the Violator DJs. Shout out to DJ Cool Red. Shout out to everybody who has been along with this journey. I started out with a station called WBKE. I was with them for 2 years and then maybe 2.5. And then I joined the 223 team. And since I have expound upon doing podcasts, when I first started doing radio, it was all audio stuff and literally all over the globe, 4 nights a week from 6 to 8 p.m. people would tune in. And I didn't know what the heck they were tuning in for. Like, who am I? What are you talking about? What are you watching? And now that I'm looking back at all those videos I used to make where I was just a silly girl, which are all the videos that are on this YouTube channel, because there's a whole lot of old videos that you're going to be like, yo, she's grown a lot. Her edges fell out. Her voice has changed. Oh, she was just singing in the car. Now she's singing in the studio. So it's a whole bunch of stuff that you'll find on my channel. But when I started radio, I didn't think that I would go into video. And in the last year or so, I've been doing a little bit more with visual things. And now I know I should be behind the mic with a video camera in front because people like to look at me because I'm crazy. I'm going to take my glasses off so y'all can see that I'm not all the way cockeyed. I'm cockeyed, but I'm not really cockeyed. I'm kidding, guys. But look, so with my podcast, I'm 35, by the way. With my podcast, shout out to the Bulls as well. I am going to talk about a few things. I'm going to talk about life. I'm going to talk about sex. I'm going to talk about kids. I'm going to talk about things that will keep you thinking and make your brain spin. Because what I do know is we don't talk enough and we don't learn enough and people don't read enough. Everybody is so focused on the blogs, which, by the way, sidebar again, shout to Tasha K. Unwind with Tasha K, y'all. She is really one of the bloggers who inspired me to go ahead and get behind the camera. She don't even know that yet because I ain't even messaged her. But I'm going to message her and tell her, girl, watch my video, girl. Give me some pointers, sis. Because she's dope as hell. I really enjoy following her and the information she creates and, you know, what she's talking about, which is everything under the sun with the blogger. So if you're not following her, follow her too. I talk about everything because we don't talk about enough. I am a rideshare driver as well in Las Vegas. And right now we're picking up EDC passengers. And I talked to a passenger last night who told me that the entire time they went in not high. Let's start there. They weren't high when they went to the actual festival. However, when they came out, they had lots of critiques. And one of the things they said was everybody is so focused on having their phones in their hands. Nobody is really living in the moment. Everybody's Instagram and their YouTube and their Snapchat. And so you got all these lights around you and you got all these people and you got all this fun and this music and nobody's really enjoying it. And I just told them it's because their ass was high. That's why. You could experience it and enjoy it because you were sober. So with that comes the fact that we do this often where we don't read and we don't talk, and I'm a reader, so I'm always sharing my information. So the podcast and radio has been a very good avenue for me to choose that. So that's why I'm here. I will be talking about my catnip, which is something where I talk about things that's going on, things that you haven't thought about, questions, situations, scenarios. That's where sex and kids and education and religion and all that stuff comes in because I'm very devoted and dedicated to those things. I have a segment coming up that you guys will probably hate but love at the same time, which is insurance. people hate insurance and they don't know why they hate it. But I will tell you from experience that all types of insurance, life insurance, health insurance, secondary insurance, auto insurance, gap insurance, everything, all the insurances, we feel like they're wasteful and pointless, but they are not when you have to use it. I am a person who has been driving since 18, and I have used my insurance company a lot of times. I'm surprised they haven't all kicked me off, because I use it for different stuff. I use it for gas. I was being lazy. I use it for flats. I use it for car locks. I use it for you to jump my battery, come and put some air in my tire. Matter of fact, come change my tire. Matter of fact, just tow my car. So different things like that. There's a reason for everything. So I'm going to talk about everything. I'm going to keep you guys educated and uplifted. Another thing that I always talk about is something that's very passionate to me, and it's Essure. I will update you guys closer to the end of the segment, but Essure is something I'm very, very passionate about. Essure is a permanent contraceptive, which was put on the market in the early 2000s, and the doctors and the people around, they kind of lied about what it was doing to us and what it was going to do versus what they said it should do. So I'll talk about that briefly, let you know the update, because we have a new safety act that we are trying to get pushed. Our girls are up in DC right now, or actually should be home. They just returned from DC, pushing for us to get these doctors and the FDA to do right by us as Americans. And it's not just Americans, it's literally global, but I'm an American, and I see that America we've been duped, we've been hoodwinked, and we've been letting them do it for a long time. So I will probably be they might Dr. CB me one day, y'all. So just my first show, they're gonna be like, listen, Kat, you can't be telling them all this stuff. This is not what you're gonna do. And I'm gonna say, listen, it's my duty as an American citizen to tell my people what's going on if they want to know. So that's what my podcast is for. You're going to get a lot of me. Silly as hell. You're going to catch me in a red bob. You're going to catch me all over the world and doing all this stuff all over the globe, because you're going to be all on my social media. But I want you guys to make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that button down here. It's like right here. So click the button. Make sure you subscribe, so that way you can get all my new videos, which will be happening approximately once a week, unless there's something I really need to tell you, okay? Lastly, or I guess we should start with me. I'm from Vegas. I am 3-4 generations in Vegas. And most people that are from Vegas, they are 3-4 generations. And I like to ask, how many generations are you when you say you're from Vegas? And if you hit me with I'm from Vegas. Well, where you grow up at? Well, I didn't grow up in Vegas, but I've been here for like 11 years. So you're not a native. We're going to stick with you, not a native, but you know where you been living at, because you didn't grow up here. So I'm the person that's going to put you on blast, and I'm going to pull them in here. And I got a bunch of Vegas native friends that I want you guys to meet, and you'll meet throughout the podcast journey of Sin City Heat. So you can know we exist. That's the main thing, is to let you know that there's talent here and we exist here. And we just want your support to know that it's more to Vegas than casinos. Speaking of casinos, I didn't grow up in one. I was not raised in any hotel on the Strip. So stop asking me what hotel did I live in, because I didn't live in it. We don't live in the hotels. You do. That's why you guys come to our city. We don't have poker machines in our bathrooms. That's another one. We don't. We have poker machines in the grocery store, though. And we do have them in all of our corner stores. There are some casinos, or hotels rather, that don't have any casino life, like the Hilton brand, or the Wyndham brand, or those people. We don't have casinos inside of those hotels. When it comes to October 7th, we bounce back from it. People are like, did we know what that man was doing? Y'all like, what the hell is she talking about? You about to know in a minute. Did we know what that man was doing? No, because when you come and stay at a hotel, it's okay for you to go back and forth, in and out, to get your stuff from your car, or from the store, or from FedEx, or wherever the hell you brought it from, to go in the hotel. So no, the young man who committed that crazy crime against all those people at that I think it was like Route 99 festival, we didn't know why he did it. We still don't know why he did it. We don't have any answers, which is why I believe it was an inside job. Shout out to Vegas trying to keep things under wraps, and we just know it. But anyway, when it comes to singers and rappers, we got a lot of that. Just like you have that everywhere else, we have a lot of that. But Vegas is completely different. So again, this is part of the reason why I'm doing the podcast. I'm also going to bring to you different hotel insights. I'm infamous for staycations, and there's a few hotels right now that they don't really want me to talk about them, but I am, because you need to get your service up. This is Vegas and this is hospitality, and I am a consumer, not a complainer. That's all I'm saying. I'm a consumer. That's it. And if my stuff ain't right, I ain't tipping you, bros. Or sis, I'm not. But if it's great, I'm going to show you that it's great. And if it's not, I'm going to show you that it's not. We got somebody over there?
Miko Rich said timeshares.
Timeshares. Thank you. Shout out to the timeshares. Oh, only the timeshares. Good catch, sis. The timeshares, like the Hilton, like the Marriott, like the Wyndham, those are the people that don't have the casinos in them. But I'm not telling you to go buy a timeshare. I'm just telling you they don't have casinos and you can stay there. That's all I'm saying. Now, one thing that I do in my car, in my rideshare, I call it the Rideshare Chronicles. So sometimes I'm a therapist. If you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, you should know that you might be a therapist. Sometimes you're a doctor. Sometimes you're a life coach. Sometimes you're a party animal. Sometimes somebody might give head in your back seat. It's happened. Definitely happened in my back seat. I'm putting my glasses on for that. Because I was in my mirror like this. Okay, sis, put that work in. And you know what? And I didn't stop her. I didn't stop her because she just got married. So I just wanted her to enjoy the fact. I'm like, don't get on my seat though, sis. You better catch all of that. Take all them kids with you, sis. Don't be doing that in my car. But since you did tip me, sis. So shout out to sis. They tipped me. They did a good job. But like I said, I'm here to talk about a plethora of things. And that's basically what you're going to get from me. A lot of fun, active stuff. So when it comes to Vegas, Vegas is Sin City. People call it Sin City. Yes, there's clubs everywhere. Vegas is very controversial. I will say that in my early 20s, I clubbed every single night, Sunday through Saturday. And there was a club, hip hop and alternative, in every casino, 2-3 clubs. And over the last 10 or 15 years, Vegas has changed. It's evolved a lot. And that doesn't exist anymore because, y'all, sometimes my people don't know how to act. I ain't going to blast us or nothing. I ain't going to blast us. But sometimes my people don't know how to act. And Vegas is like, we're going to give you one good time. And as soon as y'all get to acting up, we're going to snatch it. Vegas did that. So we don't have a whole lot of hip hop clubs, but we do have clubs. And one of our hip hop clubs that's really popular is Dre's. Dre's has been around for a long time, many, many years, even before I even knew what it was, because they had the after hour spot, which I wasn't aware of because I was leaving the club at 6 already. So I didn't need to do nobody else's club except for breakfast. Club breakfast, club bed, and then club work. 6 o'clock in the morning. So Vegas has always been a fun place. Vegas has a lot of controversies because it's about the casinos. It's about the tourists. It's not really about us. Vegas is about everybody but us. Got some people popping up over there.
It says mom first, and it says this is Raffle Queen Paula. I'm watching.
Shout out to Raffle Queen. Let me shout them out. Sidebar. These bundles, sis, bro. Okay, fellas, let's talk about this. If your girl says she wants something for her birthday and she says she wants some bundles, you don't have to make this whole situation out of it. Like, baby, that's a car payment. I just paid for it. The Hyundai just got... Listen, bro, it's not that serious. You can put them on payment plans. You can buy a great selection of hair. Now, this hair that's in my head has been in my head for 4 weeks tomorrow. I have curled it. I have straightened it. Right now, I'm in these lovely crimps that I've never had. I thought I was going to look like Keisha, but I'm Kat, and it's kind of cute. I kind of like them. I kind of like how they did the foliage, but it doesn't tangle. It already was red. Now, this is my question, because I got Miss Miko Rich on right now on the live, and she's not going to know this answer either, because she's not going to tell me, because that's not her job to tell me. So she knows she ain't telling. I just want to know how the hell they're able to make this hair red and keep it red, because I washed it yesterday. I was at the salon. She washed it. She adjusted my edges and everything, my baby hairs or whatnot. And it didn't fade. I was asking her, so is it fading? Is it bleak? Like, I didn't have to put any other color on it. I didn't have to do anything else to it, including the closure. So Rich Girl Beauty, which is Rich Girl BB, GYRL on all social media, you can find them there, and you can get hair products, skin products, oil products. That's because we melanin. You can get skin products, you can get hair products, beauty products in general for you, waist trainers and things like that to enhance your beauty. Well, these bundles, I'm not going to tell y'all how much I paid because it wasn't a car payment. Just know it wasn't a car payment and it wasn't a mortgage payment. So Rich Girl Beauty has me taken care of here, y'all. I'm loving this red. This red! That's my favorite part, y'all. Listen, first of all, I was just in the wind, and the wind was knocking me down, and you can't even tell I was just in the wind, okay? It's windy in Vegas right now, and the hair was everywhere because I felt it, but I didn't even touch it, and it's back in position. So shout out to Rich Girl Beauty and the bundles. Shout out to Kelsey O, Functional Chaos, on all social media, because she is and has been my stylist for over 10 years. And when I tell you the edges I don't have, you wouldn't know I didn't have none if I didn't tell you. The wind was blowing and nobody knew I ain't had no edges. You're not supposed to know. If your stylist ain't doing it right, just go see my stylist, because she's a beast and she's meticulous. And when I tell you that if it's not right, she's not going to let it stay. She'll take your whole head down. Luckily, she's good because she don't have to do that. She just leave it right up and you're good, and she gets you in and out, and she takes care of you, and you always gonna be popping. And if you bald head, like bald head, she gonna make you some hair. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have edges. You have a bang. You have a side bang in the back. You can have the Princess Tiana on the side. She got you taken care of. Now, another one of my sponsors is this amazing, beautiful young lady from California. Her name is Paula. She does this amazing thing where she does raffles around the city. Well, she does a whole lot of stuff, but the main thing she's doing now is she's doing the raffles. With her doing the raffles, you can book her. She travels, or you can come to Vegas and book her for your event. What she does is puts together these amazing, dope prizes. You either provide the prizes or she'll provide them for you. And throughout the night for your party, your bar mitzvah, your wedding, your quinceañera, whatever it is, Miss Paula, the raffle queen, will be giving out gifts and keeping your crowd all happy and giddy and excited about winning stuff with raffles. Sometimes they pay for raffle tickets, sometimes they don't. It's up to you. It's your party, it's your wedding, it's your bar mitzvah, it's your funeral, your repast. It might be your kickback. You might be just having a kickback. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to bring the raffle queen in for the kickback. We got 2 strippers and we got a whole lot of drink, and we're going to do raffle. You might want to raffle off dildos. I don't know what you're raffling off, but raffle Queen Paula, she going to take care of you. So thank you very much for that, Miss Paula. And what was I going to say? So amazing team I have, by the way. These women are part of my team. My team probably consists of 8 to 9 people. And I'm gonna dip into this because it came on my mind right now. The team will never be perfect, but my team is pretty close to being perfect. Everybody understands everybody. We bump heads. We do that kind of thing because that's what's supposed to happen. It's a bunch of women, mainly women. However, everybody supports everybody. Everybody is there for everybody. And that's the main thing. People are so busy building their brand that they don't have a team next to them, and they don't know what to do with the team, and they don't know how to build a team. And I begged God for a team for a long time. And sidebar, yeah, you're going to hear me talk about God because he's sitting right here in the studio with me right now. He's right over here. I'm not going to put you on the camera, God. Chill. God, I know it's Sunday. You off today. It's the Sabbath. God be tripping. He be tripping. All right. I'm just saying. God puts people in your life for a season and a reason. Sometimes it's a long season. Sometimes it's a short season. But there's always a reason. And I believe that my entire team is here for the reason and not the season. I think that I was asking God for a long time, I need you to give me a team to grow with me, to build with. And I didn't know what I wanted the team for. I didn't know what I even needed the team for. I'm just now realizing that I needed a team. There's somebody for everything. And everybody is multi-talented, multifaceted. It's crazy. All the way down to Rich Girl Beauty. She actually does hair. I don't go to her to get my hair done, and not for any other reason than that's not her passion. Her passion is singing, and she acting like she don't. But we ain't gonna blast her. We just have so many people. Everybody that has a passion. Paula cooks. Sahara sings. She cooks. She does hair. Everybody does something, and I think that God has given me the right team. So if you don't have a team together, I advise you to rethink that strategy and figure out where that is and ask for what you need. Because when they come get me for Oprah's position, because I'm coming for Oprah. Oprah, you ain't got no legacy to leave it to, Oprah. Call me, sis. I'm still 25. Oh, I'm 26. I'm still 26. I can handle this. When that time comes, they God like, okay, Oprah, your time is up. I want to carry the legacy. So if y'all know Oprah, tell her to call me. I firmly believe I'm taking my whole team with me. That's the point. If Oprah called me today and said, okay, Kat, you were right. I've gotten the message. You've said it for 4 years. I got you. Let's go. I'm going to say, I got my team with me already. Call Whitehead Media. Shout out to the graphics behind me. You guys see the graphics right there. Shout out to the graphics. He did that. My photo shoot. If you guys are following me on all social media, Sin City Heat with Cat. That's all Whitehead Media. They hooked me up. But I'm taking my team with me when Oprah comes. Okay? So if you don't have a team, I'm telling you now, this is the best thing you could do for your business, your product, your everything, to build your team. You need that. You have to do that. It's very important that you do it. Now, I'm excited. You already know that. You could tell. And I got a lot of stuff to tell you. But I'm not going to tell it all to you today because that ain't what I'm here for today. Next week, I'm going to tell you a whole lot of stuff and you'll get the transitioning and you will get all the juice. I'm just happy that you guys are tuned in and you're going to tell a friend and you're going to subscribe below. Okay? Subscribe below and tell a friend and be back here next week. Okay? I want to make sure I cover everything before I jump into my Essure topic. Lastly, shout out to Twice Baked because this is my Twice Baked drink that y'all can't see. It's all because it's almost empty. I like the green screen, y'all. It's real cute. I forgot what I was going to say. But the most important thing is I'm here with you guys. I'm going to get right into the last thing of my segment of tonight. So I am serious about the topic I'm about to deliver. So I'm going to take my glasses off, okay? I am happy to be a survivor of something I shouldn't be surviving, but I'm happy because I survived it. The contraceptive I spoke to you guys about earlier in the video is called Essure, Essure. Now, all I know is I got one baby. And all I knew was at the point of having one baby, God, what you doing? Don't give me no more of these. I can't do this. I was 16 when I had my daughter. And I knew at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and so forth, all the way to 26 for 5 years, that I didn't want any more babies. And so I took my own time to find a contraceptive that will be easy. I can get in and out. It's non-invasive. I can get out of the hospital. I don't have to be off a whole lot. I don't have to get a hysterectomy. I don't have to get a salpingectomy. I can just go in and out and be done. Well, for me, it didn't work out that way. I went in, I came out, it was not done. I have a lifelong history of problems that I can't even really tell you about anymore because of the fact I have law stuff going on. I got a case going right now. But you can go back to all of my social media and watch all of those videos. So I'm going to give you a little bit. I can't give you a whole lot. When I joined this Facebook group called Essure Problems back in 2014 or 15, there was 3,300 women in the group. When I found this group, it was by pure accident because I was going through a lot of things with my body where I had extremely long menstruals, or menses is what they like to call it. Lots of abdominal pain, lots of cramping, lots of memory fog. Like I speak like this all the time, but every now and then words won't come out. So you'll see that during the podcast where you're like, dang, she went from speaking hella clear to, what? Did she just sigh? What? She just sigh. So, brain fog, there's some vision things going on. I have polyarthritis. I have fibromyalgia. Polyarthritis is arthritis in 5 joints. I have the brain fog, the memory stuff. I still have joint pain. A lot of stuff that I did have, like the extremely long menstrual and stuff like that, is gone. A lot of the pelvic pain isn't as extreme as it used to be. But I've had 8 surgeries because of this device. I got it put in me in 2011, and at 2011, I had only had 1 surgery prior to putting it in. And the 1 surgery I had was because I had a skin graft. I stepped on glass when I was a kid. So to be 26, literally 26, y'all, and going through all the problems I was going through and not knowing why I was going through the problems, it was really, really hard for me. So I found this group one day because of a friend who made a post that said, keep calm, don't get Essure. I'm like, okay, what is that all about? Because I'm like, I got my tubes tied. I'm winning. I'm never having a kid again. That's all I knew. And I call her. I message. I'm like, call me ASAP. She calls me. And I say, what is this banner about? What are you talking about? And she told me what she was talking about. And my heart dropped. It just fell right to my toes. Like, I still to this day remember it. I still get choked up and emotional just thinking that when I talked to her, she said to me, I'm getting ready to have a hysterectomy. Why? Because you're young. And I start remembering all and playing back all her Facebook posts for the past 2 years up until that conversation. I never really thought about it because as a woman, we change our shoes, we change our hair, we change our bra, we do all kind of stuff because we just want change. She started saying things like, well, girl, you remember I wore heels all the time. I haven't been able to wear heels for a long time. I haven't worn heels in a long time. And I go, what do you mean? And that's when it dawned on me. I hadn't worn heels in almost 2 years because I couldn't put my foot in a shoe in the position to arch my foot, because as soon as I would put my right foot in the shoe, it would go into an immediate Charlie horse. Fellas can relate. You know when y'all hitting it, you know, and it's real good, and that leg do something, you're like, baby, massage it out because you getting it good. I used to get that in my foot like my foot was about to have an orgasm. It wasn't. My foot was just giving out on me. And I didn't know that. I was wearing flats and I was wearing, wedge heels and boots and everything but what I wanted to wear. It became a situation where, and I can talk about it now because I've gone through so many different things, but it was a situation where I had a menstrual every day. I had a menstrual 28, 29 days out of the month. No exaggeration. And it wasn't like, okay, you had it 1 through 28 and then 29 and 30, you cool. No, it was sporadic. It was, you had it this morning. When you got off work, it was gone. Or you woke up this morning and it was gone. But when you got off work or before you went to bed, it was back. And it was just all the different pains and specialists and doctors. I've had gum grafts where they take meat from the top of your mouth and they put it on your gums to help your gums. Like if you need extra gum meat. For me, my gums started receding. And they told me that my gums were receding because of my labret piercing. I know hundreds of people with labret piercings, and none of them have had that as an issue. It didn't dawn on me until I made a post in the group and said, has anyone had an issue with their gums receding? And the women in the group said, yeah. It's almost like people were in the classroom and they raised their hand just to say, yeah, all the different things. I sporadically just go on the group and just post, hey ladies, anybody having this? And you just see a bunch of people come onto the post and describe all their issues or post pictures about it or stories about it. Or a husband might say, yeah, my wife is experiencing this. She's having painful sex or painful urination. I speak this truth because, and I know some of this is like, oh my God, Kat, this is a lot. I know it's a lot because it doesn't just affect the Caucasian community. It doesn't just affect the African American community. It doesn't just affect the Latino community. It affects all of us, and all over the globe, Australia and France and UK, all over the globe, we are fighting. We are all in a group together, 42,000 plus, and we all have subgroups. We had an event last year. It was celebrating to get it off the market. And I began asking the women one by one, my reporter instinct, by the way. Again, subscribe to Sin City Heat if you haven't already. I began asking, what was the one thing you noticed once you got this device out of your body? Because let's be clear here. The only way to fix it, and it doesn't even guarantee it's a fix, is if you have the surgery to remove it. There's parts and particles in your body that are still there, and there's no way they can get them. It's about the size of my pinky finger, And what happens is they put these 2 coils in your fallopian tubes. This fallopian tube scar tissue grows around those coils, which creates blockage, so no sperm, little fishies can go up there, okay? So you should never get pregnant, and it's permanent. It doesn't come out, allegedly. But we now know that it does come out. It comes out during intercourse. It comes out during urination. There have been fellas who have said their penises have been scratched by this device. There have been women who have passed away from this device. There was a young lady who passed away. And when they opened this young lady's body, all her organs were gray. Why are your organs gray? There should be no reason for your organs to be gray. They're already red or pink. They shouldn't be gray. So I speak this in my truth because I know that my sisters, my brown sisters, are, we hard-headed. We hard-headed. You ain't gonna tell me, because if somebody would have came to me and said, girl, the Essure taking you down, that's why you going through it. I've been like, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not finna sit here and tell me that that's what I would have said. But it took one post for me to scroll back down with that thumb for me to go, the Scooby-Doo face and the Scooby-Doo reaction. And when I got the response, it was like, what? So when I started talking to these women, the first thing I noticed when I had my hysterectomy, because I had a salpingectomy first, let's be clear. The salpingectomy did not clear all of my issues, or any of my issues for that matter, a few of them. Like the headaches went away. I was having migraines every day. migraines literally 12, 13 days in a row. I just can't even stop my head from hurting. When I had the surgery, when they took these coils out of me, literally, it was like, oh, no more migraines like that. No more issues like the issues I had. None whatsoever. And I just couldn't believe it. I cried at the fact of, wow, I did this to prevent myself from having babies, and now I'm devastated. So the years will go on. I'm still having problems, lots of FMLA, lots of not getting paid, lots of different things like that. I'm in this group with these women. And I just would cry every day just reading because these are my stories. And none of these women look like me because my sisters didn't want to join the group because we don't think it's us. It can't happen to us, but it can happen to everybody but us. Well, I'm here and I am the truth, and I will tell you, I have had 2 gum grafts. I have had, that's 2. A salpingectomy, that's 3. I have had, what I had? I had a cyst and carpal tunnel removal, that's 4. I had a hysterectomy, that's 5. I've had 7 surgeries. I'm trying to think of the other 2. I'll think about them in a second. But I had 7 surgeries. Oh, and putting it in, that was my other 2. Putting it in, 1 surgery. Taking it out to adjust it because the first surgery didn't take it. It didn't take the placement right. That was the second surgery. Then the gum graft, that was the 4. And then I had the salpingectomy, was 5. Then I had the hysterectomy, that was 6. And then I had the carpal and cyst removal, and that was 7. All because of a device that was in my body. And all because I said, you are not about to put me on welfare. We're going to talk about that too. How they want us to be on welfare forever. You're not going to put me on welfare and be a welfarian. I just don't want no more kids. Stop trying to do me. So because of this device, I speak out about it. I'm an advocate. So when I was at this convention, because that's basically what we had last year, October, we had a convention. And I began asking the women, and I said, ladies, I simply want to know what in your mind changed. The first thing you realized that had changed once you had gotten this device taken out of you. What changed? One of the ladies told me, well, Kat, because she was not from America. She was from France. Actually, was she from France? No, she was from the UK, from London. Speaking of the UK sidebar, fun fact, which is really not fun because I don't know how I feel about it. My passengers told me that once you enter the UK, that there are cameras all over the UK. Big Brother is all over the UK. And that's why they have low crime rates. All the way down to if there is a high-speed chase that should be taking place, the police won't chase you. They'll just let you go because they would rather not put anybody around you in danger. They don't want to jeopardize any of their residents or any visitors or anything like that. Now, my sister said to me, she said, I couldn't smell for a long time. So I said, what do you mean you couldn't smell for a long time? And she said, well, I hadn't smelled in 8 years. The first thing I smelled was, I smelled this stinky smell. And I'm like, what is it? And so she's like, it was my son's socks. I followed the smell all the way to his room. I didn't know what that smelled like because when she first got the device, her son was like 8. So 8 years later, her baby's 16. She's never known that he had stanky socks. By the way, fellas, y'all feet be stinking. Like, it be stinking. like you need to get new shoe soles or new shoes or new feet. New feet. Get some new feet, fellas, because y'all feet, they be doing stuff. So I said, so what was your reaction to that? She said, I walked in the room. She said, it stank. It stunk. But I smelled it. I didn't know that I would be able to smell it. I didn't know, what the smell was because I had never smelled it. My son is a teenager now. So immediately she said she ran to the kitchen, y'all. Like, this sounds so like, wow, this is so like blah. But I need you to hear how real this is. I need you to know how severe this is and how it's affected so many women and the different ways it's affected us, because I didn't have a smelling issue. But every now and then my sight goes out. It goes into a blur and I can see what's in front of me, but everything is really blurry. And you start rubbing your eyes trying to clear it up. No rubbing works. Well, she said to me, I went in the kitchen and I pulled the seasonings out of the cabinet and started smelling. and she was smelling vanilla and smelling the stuff in her cabinet that she hadn't smelled in years. Do you see how tiny that is and how simple that is? And to just have that back, that feeling back. There was another young lady who told me that she had been wearing diapers for years. Now, I know women that are 21, 22, 23, 24 years old that have been affected by this, all the way up to 45, 50 years old, because it's been around 20 years almost. They falsified the trial studies, which in turn was able to get the FDA to put it on the market. The FDA didn't do checks and balances. So it got on the market. They lied about it. They put great people in place to convince us that it was great. And now all of those people are coming back to tell us they're sorry that they let them convince them to convince us that it was great. So this lady told me that she was wearing adult diapers for a long time, and they would deliver her adult diapers to her porch. And she never had any incontinence issues before. And she said to me that when it removed it out of her body, the feeling of pee. Now let's talk about this. When you gotta pee, you know you gotta pee. Your stomach start doing stuff. Your brain, like, you know you gotta pee, right, Kat? Your bladder start telling your stomach to do stuff. You know you gotta go to the bathroom. You know it. Can you imagine not knowing when you had to go pee? Can you imagine that? That it just starts trickling down and you don't even know that it's trickling down till your leg feels wet. Can you imagine that? I say it this way because I want you to feel me when I say what I say. I don't say it because it sounds good. I want you to feel me so that way you can understand that the message I'm pushing is do not use the Essure device. It has been off the market since July 20th. They are still allowed, as of December 31st, 2018, they were no longer allowed to, Bayer was no longer allowed to sell it to the doctors anymore. However, the black market and all the doctors who bought a whole bunch of it, because they get a massive kickback from it, those doctors have up until December 31st of this year to stop putting it in us. So I say that, and I dedicate this part of my podcast today and many other shows, I'm sure, for you to know. This is important. This is women all over the globe. It's not just black and white. It's green and orange and purple included. Men have been affected. Women have died. There's a baby right now. I'm waiting on the update. So they're not supposed to move. There's a baby right now who has a coil in her back. You heard that. You heard me say that. I'm going to say it again. A coil in her back, right here, right in the shoulder. And you want to know how it got there. I'm sure you want to know. So I'm going to tell you. Mother, 2 coils in her fallopian tubes. The ones that don't migrate, the coils, they migrate. She ended up getting pregnant. How she get pregnant? It's a permanent contraceptive. She shouldn't have gotten pregnant. She got pregnant. The coil migrated. The coil moved into this young lady's baby that she shouldn't be pregnant with. Let's be clear here. She shouldn't even be pregnant. The coil moved into this young lady's baby. So during this time while the baby's inside of her womb, just like alcohol and drugs, the coil made its way in the baby. Now, I don't know if that happened by the umbilical cord. I don't know if it went through the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the anus. I don't know how it got there. It got there. So she tells us this, she makes this post and she says, guys, my baby has something in her back and I'm not sure what it is. Baby's a toddler, baby's 3. I have the worst fear that it's probably a coil, but I don't know. I got to go in for testing. We're going to find out in a couple days. She goes into testing. She comes back with the update. And she lets us know that her baby has a coil in her back. You ask me the same thing I want to know. What the hell do we do? How do you get that out of that baby? It's in the back. Does that mean you having a back surgery? And when you get it out, will there be particles left? And when you get it out, will this baby be affected like us as grown women who will never get our lives back? This is a baby who never even got a chance to live their life. What's going to happen? We don't know. And you know why we don't know? Because they didn't do any research. They didn't follow the proper channels. They didn't do the proper things to ensure that we found out. They didn't even have a removal process. We came up with that. So shout out to our doctors who have been fighting with us aimlessly for the past few years. Dr. Novoa, Dr. Seals and Dr. Duran, who I've had on my show multiple times on my radio show. You know, it's been that kind of situation, and people don't understand that this is very important. So I do dedicate a lot of my time to that, to Essure and making sure people are aware. So I will end that part of the segment with giving you the update. Right now, there is a Medical Device Safety Act that we are trying to push. And what it is because we now have mental disorders, y'all. Like, there are women with no teeth. Teeth. My greatest fear is that I just spent $5,300 on braces and having teeth removed for myself out of pocket full cash. And my greatest fear is, what if I lose all my teeth? I know a bunch of women in my group who have no teeth. You would think that they were on some kind of drug or some kind of anything to where you would think that this is why they lost all their teeth. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. They are literally going through fighting because their teeth are falling out. Another fear of mine is to lose my legs to where I can't walk one day. Sometimes my legs just give out. I've had to get cortisone shots and couldn't move for a whole weekend because of this device. I am 35. I've been going through this since I was 26, the real 26. And now that I'm 35, I think back, I lost a lot of years and a lot of time with my baby because I was tired, because I still am tired. There's times where I want to go do stuff, a lot of stuff, and I don't. I just lay in the bed and go to sleep because I'm like, my body says no. I don't sleep, though, when I get there because I don't have the sleeping mechanism. It doesn't work. When you go to the doctor, they don't find anything wrong with you because they can't see anything because, again, there has been no research done. So I say all of this to say, make sure you watch the Bleeding Edge documentary. It talks about everything from the hip and knee replacement to the Essure device. However, my sisters, my E-sisters, which is what we call ourselves, we are the reason why this documentary exists on Netflix, which is one of the top documentaries right now, because we push so hard about this. And in turn, we talked about a few other things. There are doctors who are talking about the hip and knee replacements and how those hip and knee replacements were affecting them mentally, making them feel crazy, acting crazy and doing crazy stuff. And they knew they weren't crazy before. They're full on physicians. And when they get it removed, their body goes back to normal like it never happened. So watch that documentary, okay? Now, I dedicated my birthday to the Ashes Foundation. And the reason why I dedicated my birthday is because the E-sisters have been very instrumental in me getting my health back, or as much of it as I could. And because they have, I just have to make sure that I give. I donate to them all the time when I can. However, I ain't got it right now, sis. So I'm leaving it up to my friends, my fans, my viewers, my kittens, all of y'all to help me. $1, $2, $5, $500. I don't care. Donate it for me in my honor for my sisters of the Essure Problems group. Now, what I did was on Facebook, you guys know that you can actually take your birthday and dedicate it to something, and you choose the actual, you choose the actual foundation that you want to donate it to. Shout out to Facebook for donating towards my foundation. They were super, super dope. I didn't know they would, but they did. And shout out to all the people that did donate. So when I did this, I was hoping on a wish. I was wishing and hoping on a limb, a tree, or whatever it is you wish and hope, a star. Wishing on a star. I was hoping and wishing on a star that people would donate in my honor for this device, okay? Ashes is advocating safety and healthcare for E-sisters. I am an E-sister because I'm a survivor of the Essure device. And there are many other women, like I said, like myself, who are fighting. Now, what the women of the group have done, which it was like 19 admin, now I think there's like 12 admin of over 42,000 women and men from all over the globe, where they monitor this group. In addition to monitoring the group, they go out and do rallies and speak for us in front of the politicians and speak, they just came back speaking to the legislation about us creating this new bill, which is HR 2199, I think it is. And that's really the Medical Device Safety Act, which is us basically saying to the FDA, stop letting these manufacturers put stuff on the market without doing your due diligence and making sure that it's legit. Because at the end of the day, we're dying from it. This isn't the first device. This isn't the first medicine. This isn't the first anything. We're dying from things they're putting into our bodies like hip and knee replacements. I didn't even tell you that the hip and knee replacement, they never tested it on anybody. They just said, oh, this should work. Yep, if his knee go out, give him a knee replacement. I got 16 of those, gave you the knee replacement, and you just hoping that you good. They didn't even test anybody for that. And we walking around here with hip knee replacements, and it's putting nasty poisons in our bodies, which has caused us to be crazy, deranged sometimes. Things are changing because of it. Now, what I did is I created a fundraiser. 150 was the goal. And I didn't even go back to check it. I happened to go back because Facebook gave me a notification that said, hey, your friends are donating to your goal. I'm like, okay. Shout out to my friends who donated because they beat my goal. I just raised my goal. Give me some more money to the 31st. Give my girl some money. The money is for all the rallies we do. It's for all the photo books they print with all the pictures of us that we put in it. So when we have these rallies all over the globe on the same day, people can see what we're talking about. The banners, the flyers, everything is there for us and our sisters, the amazing admin. Shout out to my girl, Angie. Not you, Desai, the other one. Angie Fermalino for starting the Facebook group for Essure Problems. Because if it wasn't for her, and she's also in the documentary, if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I would be. And I know a lot of women like me wouldn't know where they would be. So I'm going to give you this tidbit of information, and I'm pretty much through for the day, almost. But I want to make sure you guys get this information because it's very important to me, and I want you to tell your friends all about it, and I want you to make sure, again, that you subscribe right here so that way you don't miss nothing because you might miss something. I'm going to give you all your Vegas facts, tell you everything that's going on in Vegas, all the hot spots, the hot happenings, the hot food, the cold food, the nasty food, the dirty restaurants, the reason why you need to bring flip-flops and good tennis shoes with you when you come to Vegas because you're going to end up with blisters and corns. Tell you how to save some money in Vegas because Vegas is coming for you. Water is $7 a bottle when your hotel room and $24 a case at CVS on the Strip. Those are things they're going to talk about and show you how to maximize your money because I'm frugal Franny, really, and we'll show you how to maximize that during the podcast. However, I did want you to know that it is MDSA 19, which is HR 2669, okay? That's the Medical Device Safety Act that we're trying to pass. It's the bill. And what that will essentially do is create checks and balances, basically. Right now, let's put it this way. Let's see. The Medical Device Safety Act will close the loopholes the device industry runs rogue with. This bill will hold these companies accountable, create checks and balances for the system, and force them to place safe medical devices on the market. The FDA, which is the gold standard of the world, it's time to put nothing but the best on the market and remove those devices that are harming people, such as the Essure device, which we've already successfully done. The American public is tired of being the guinea pigs of our FDA and the medical device industry. And you all who are watching and listening, you all can help us to get this taken care of by doing what you need to do, which is talking to your elected officials and to tell them to help you support the MDSA, which is the Medical Device Safety Act, HR 2669. You have sisters. When you watch the documentary, you will understand there's a part in the documentary where when they went to the board to start to put this device on the market, they said, well, what if these women come back in 5 years with issues from this device? They laughed. You'll see it in the documentary. My sisters went and got that footage to show you that the FDA nor Bayer, well, it was Conceptus at the time because they owned it. They sold it to Bayer. Neither one of them gave a damn about us. The fact that you laughed and now we're all going through it. So if you don't do anything else, get out there, talk to your elected officials so they can put that bill out so they can pass it so we can vote for it. Tell a friend you don't know who has this device. I know a bunch of women who refuse to believe that this device is what's causing them issues, and they're like, nah, I'm cool. And again, that's why I constantly talk about this device and what it's doing. So, I guess that about wraps me up or something. Shoo, almost, kind of, a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Follow me on everything. Sin City Heat, SINCITYHEAT, WKAT, the same name as the channel. I'm just saying. The only thing that's not is my Snapchat. Snapchat was petty. They won't let me change my name. But it is KATCITY702, which you can see right here on the banner, right here. Shout out to Whitehead Media for hooking me up. Shout out to my Bitmoji, who looks just like me, who gives me a lot of attitude. She got me messed up. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in, all the comments. Any questions, any comments, leave them below, guys. I will address them next time. I will always address the comments. I will talk to you on the comments. If you have questions, I do speak. I holler back. And I always like to refer to myself as the coffee without the coffee. because I do bring you all this energy on every platform all over the globe. So if you need to wake up or catch me up or pick me up or smile or whatever it is you need, I'm your girl to give it to you. And you can find me on everything at SINCITYHEATWKAT. WordPress, I blog, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. Everything. I'm there. And I hope you guys tune in next week. I got some amazing guests coming out for you. And so just to remind you that the important facts that you should know today or interesting goodies that you probably don't know or never heard of, because I will be giving you my Rideshare Chronicle information, is here you go. In London, they have cameras all over, so don't get caught smoking because it's illegal. Don't get caught doing a whole lot of stuff because it's illegal, and they have cameras that are following you all over until you exit their airport. Atlanta, if it's 5 of y'all in the house, I don't know if it's your husband, the wife, and 3 kids, and the niece. I don't know. If it's 5 women, you better stick to the 5 bros because you will go to jail for having a brothel in your house. And in Wyoming, just reminding you, if you have a horse and you just happen to have to bring your horse to school for the day, the principal got to watch him. It's a law. And if the principal gets to talking crap, call the police on him. Let the popo know that the principal don't want to watch your horse like he's supposed to. It is in the law books, and he out of line. Do your job as the principal in Wyoming and watch these damn horses while these kids get their education on, okay? I'm just saying. So, as always, y'all, I am Kat. My show is always doing stuff, #doing stuff. You see it below. DUWEN. Lots of stuff is doing stuff. I hope this show is doing stuff, and I hope you doing stuff. When you leave me comments below, let me know if you like it. Like it, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know what you hated. Let me know what you did like. I may or may not change it. I don't know. I may like you. I may not. It may be beneficial. It may not be. However, I thank you in advance. And again, subscribe. Share this video. And the kitty cat's out. Says I'll see y'all next week or whatever.